Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I wanted to share some beach time with you while I'm still here at the beach. So, I don't know if you can see very well behind me. You got the beach, the waves coming in over there. Got a few birds, people meandering around. Over to the other side of me, we've got the popular bird hangout, where they chase everybody, they zone out and chill and preen and do their bird thing. So anyway, I just wanted to share some moments here with the sun, the nature, the wind. It's just wonderful. And so I'm down here in Southern Cal for the weekend, or I have been, for some training, masterminding with my people that I do business with, and coming up with fun, creative things to share with you, so you can be looking forward for that. And a couple other things too that I was thinking of with this weekend is that the way society is structured, then we spend a lot of time in the concrete jungle. And like for me, the last couple of days I've been spending it in in the hotels. And so it's really nice to have the contrast come out in the sun, the wind, the water. And the thing is, when you spend so much time inside of buildings under artificial lighting, a lot of our buildings now, there's so much electronic EMF, chaos waves, chaos storms hitting you all the time, that it's really difficult to find and maintain your own space, sometimes in your own voice and connection to you. Because for me, towards the end of the day, then I was like, okay, I've had it. I'm like ready to like scream, or like I just needed silence and darkness, because I was so overwhelmed and overloaded with a lot of conversations and people and ideas and just a lot of stimulation, and then a lot of electronics and EMF soup, and being in concrete and not having been outside for a while, so my body was screaming. And it just made me realize again just the importance that it is to get out of the concrete jungle and actually reconnect with the earth and ground ourselves. And just this morning, a friend and I were out walking along the beach. Yeah, I was in the water up to my knees in salt water, and just allowing the natural energetics of the earth just to calm and ground me. And it takes the negative ions out of your body, and it just naturally neutralizes and dissipates them, so that you can find your center again, as well as your sanity, your clarity of mind, and it just calms and clears your whole emotional state. Because when we've lost our connection with nature and earth, like most of us in Western civilization has, and we're living in concrete jungles and in an EMF soup of low frequency vibrations and waves from all the electronics, and then we're eating horrid food, and we're putting products loaded with toxic chemicals onto our body. We're in our makeup, in our skincare, we're cleaning our house with them, we're breathing it. All of that chemical toxic soup takes its toll on you. And it just creates a lot of chaos and scrambled energy signals within your energy system, a lot of fractured energy lines. It's kind of hard to explain. In your energy system, then there's just a lot of frequencies that every cell of your body emits. And when those frequencies get scrambled, or they're not read right by the other parts of your body, then it creates a lot of chaos inside of you, and then you wonder why you're feeling like you're going crazy. And so one of the best ways to mitigate that and to find your center again is to get back to the earth. Get your shoes off, get your toes actually digging in the dirt, connecting directly on the earth, in the sand, in the water. If you can go to the ocean, great. If not, go to the desert, go to the mountains, wherever you're at. But get your bare feet on the dirt. And do that as often as you need to, for as long as you need to, until you feel like you're sane again and that you've regained your center. And let the natural energy flows between your body and the earth calm and clear you, and just unscramble all of those chaotic energy frequencies that's in your energy field that happens when you're in the concrete jungle and around the electronics for too long. And it makes such a difference, because then you can feel like you go live your life. And I think it's something that for us, for as much wonderfulness as what technology and the modern conveniences of life have given us, then yes, they do serve a purpose. Yes, they're helpful. But stop and consider, I don't know if you can see behind me very well, all of the man-made stuff that has imposed itself upon the natural world. And how much, just for example, like the architecture, how much of that is done with a conscientiousness of what is the natural energy flows of humans, of the earth, and being in harmony with the natural energies that are in our environment. The most of us, the majority of people, we don't even think about that, let alone acknowledge that we are energetic beings. And if you don't have that perspective of caring for yourself energetically, then you're going to wonder why you're a mess and why you feel so chaotic. It's like, well, learn about what you're doing to your energy system to create it in such a chaotic manner. That's just as toxic for you as loading yourself up with fake pretend foods that are overly processed, that have all these chemicals in them, or slathering your skin with parabens and toxic chemicals that are known to create cancer. So does overload of EMF energetic waves. They create chaos in your system, and in that chaos lasts for too long, then you will get sick. And I'm going on a tangent about this, but I feel so strongly about it, and so many people are in such denial about the fact that we are energetic beings, and that there is an absolute connection between what you do to yourself, what you put in your body, how you live, and whether or not you feel well. So even if you are eating vegan and vegetarian or plant-based, that doesn't mean you're healthy at all. And I know a lot of vegans that say, well, it's not about health. It's like, the hell it's not. How do you expect to live and do your life if you don't have the energy to live? If you're overweight, if you have so much inflammation in your body because of all the processed foods, if you can't think straight because of all the chemicals in your brain, how do you think you're going to have any kind of a quality of life if you're not taking care of yourself, even with taking out animal products? I mean, don't you care about your own health, your own body? Is the health of animals or the care of animals more important than the health of your own body? I mean, God, just think, if you're not functioning, if you're not healthy and can't do your life, what good is it to try and tell everybody about taking care of animals when you won't even take care of the mammal that you live in, that's your own body? I mean, it's like, think about this and take some care about you and how you feel. Care about what you do to yourself. Have some love and self-respect for you. I'm going on, I know. But it's so important, because it's like, stop having, or recognize where you have such a disconnect in your head about, yeah, I'll do this for everybody else or do this for the animals, but I don't care about myself. I don't care if I let my body go to pieces and kill over from diabetes and heart disease, in half my lifespan time. I mean, it's ridiculous to start thinking about this. So anyway, just wanted to share some of that with you, and just invite you to start thinking about, how are you living your life? How disconnected are you from the natural rhythms and cycles of nature and of the earth? And what is that doing? How is that negatively impacting how you live, how you feel? Whether or not you can think clearly enough to make good decisions. If you can't, then you get into these situations and in these relationships that later on bite you in the butt, and then you wonder what happened. You know, it's like, stop being so on autopilot that you can't make the obvious connections about how you're living and how you're interacting with your environment, and yes, that there is a relationship between the two. That mindset of disconnect is just as toxic as a chemical crap that you put on your body and into your food. So that's my rant for the afternoon. I just wanted to share with you the beauty that's here amidst all of my rant about paying attention to how you're living, and take some time today and get outside if you're in a place that's warm enough. I'm fortunate here in Southern California. It's been absolutely beautiful. Today it's a little bit cloudy, but before it's been like 70s, mid 70s. You can run around in shorts. But get outside, get your shoes off, and stick your toes in the dirt. The dirt's not going to kill you. The microorganisms that are naturally inherent in the dirt are necessary to maintain your life. And if you go on this thing about, you know, this phobia of bacteria, then there's something in your mindset there to really look at. But, you know, you do not survive, you don't live without maintaining healthy immune system and a healthy gut flora, a healthy natural bacteria on your body. And some of that you get from just walking around in the dirt. So I invite you today to connect with the earth and think about, how can you make your life, what changes can you do, even if they're small, to start feeling like you are more in sync and in tune with the earth and nature and the natural rhythms and seasons and cycles that are still there. We've just cut ourselves off from that as a Western culture, and then we wonder why we're so unhealthy, and why we have so many diseases. Because that's truly one of the biggest root causes, because we've disconnected ourselves from the earth and the energetics that are naturally there that sustain our life. All right? So, what I would like to know from you is what things you're doing today to connect with the earth, and what would you like to do more of? What would you like to eliminate from your life? What would you like to add to your life so that you feel like you are more in sync with nature and the natural cycles and rhythms, so that you can feel better about you and your life? All right? So, hope you enjoyed my rant. I'll be heading back to the desert pretty soon, back to Las Vegas. So I just wanted to share some ocean and some waves and some water with you before I head back. So, all right, talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.